Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 14th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here. We're going to take a look at your current energies with this main spread, and then we're going to clarify at the end with the little tarot here, and we're going to look for any solutions or additional details for what's going on for you this week. Also, make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full outlook for you this week to cover, pretty much anything that could be coming up for you. But Aquarius, this already looks really good. Definitely more positive than the other two air signs. They weren't terrible, but, just not great. So I like to see that. Your overall energy for the week is the co-creation card. So it says co-create. And I feel like for a lot of you, co-creating with others could be very beneficial. It's definitely popping into my head that this would be in a leadership role. So I feel like for any of you who are kind of like in leadership positions, or any of you who should be in leadership positions, I feel like this could be you taking the lead, but it's like you're still co-creating with others. So I definitely like to see that for you. Yeah, I feel like if you can dream it, you can have it. As I always say, you have this Imagine card here. You always get cards like this. So I feel that your imagination is going to be very important for you this week as well. You start off with this Nine of Pentacles. So you could be feeling very independent in this first row here. You also could be gathering a lot of wealth here as well with the Ten of Pentacles. Again, it doesn't have to be money. This could just be abundance, or could be you finding a lot of abundance as well. So I feel there's a lot of success with this Nine of Pentacles coming in for you. You have the Judgment card, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles here. For some of you, this could be someone returning from the past here with this energy. It's kind of weird how this is set up. I mean, going this way, we have the Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Five of Cups, regrets, sadness, things like that. If we go this way, it's like there's a new beginning. So for some of you, this could be a choice in a lot of ways between, your inner calling, or trusting your kind of like inner pull, or trusting something else. Again, we're gonna have to clarify this to see. Overall, this is very positive. Again, I feel like you could be finding your purpose as well with that Judgment card. But again, let's just cover this again. You have the Judgment card, Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, something permanent in your life. Four of Wands is a card of commitment, and Four of Wands can represent marriage, but it could also just represent like the Ten of Pentacles energy, which is something very long lasting, something that lasts like generations. So for some of you, I feel like you're building kind of like long-term success here in your life. You could also just be, building up security in your own personal life as well. There's a lot of freedom with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can represent a celebration because these people are kind of like being set free, or they look very free on that card. So I do feel like there is an element of freedom coming in for you this week as well. Next, you have the Justice card here. So for some of you, definitely could be, I do feel like an apology, or I do feel like a certain sense of justice on this card. So I do feel like for some of you, it's like there's balance coming into your life, or you are receiving justice in some area of your life. With the Judgment card here, this could literally be legal justice. You have the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Queen of Cups in this row. I do feel like there was some sort of false start in a relationship situation, especially this way here. I almost feel like this is a very specific message because, going this way, it's almost like there was a false start with a person, and maybe this led to a lot of disappointments or sadness. This could have already happened for you. So maybe it's not really an ex, maybe it was just a false start with a person here. And I feel like there could be a new beginning with that person, the Magician showing up here. So if you had a false start situation with something that looked good, then I feel like there could be almost like a do-over with this energy. But I also feel for others that a new beginning is a lot easier than you think. The Eight of Swords as your center card is like a very stuck energy, but it's a card of self-imposed restriction. I feel like some of you are restricting yourself from something that you truly desire, and it could be in love with the Queen of Cups. But I really feel like you need to trust your intuition. I feel like you need to trust your feelings as well. I get this weird feeling that you could be putting like either other people, or it's like you're putting other things in front of you as being more important than yourself. That's like the words that I'm getting. I channel messages basically. I don't think when I'm talking, when I do these readings, the words just basically come out. It's kind of hard to describe, but sometimes the words don't really make sense. And, I don't really feel like that necessarily makes sense, but at the same time, I get what the message is trying to say. I feel like for some of you, it's like you need to put yourself first here in this role, like in whatever is going on in your life. I feel like you could be putting other people before you here, and that's not necessarily the right thing to do. I say that also because you have the Chariot. The Chariot normally has two sphinxes or two horses, in front of him, and those two sphinxes represent external circumstances. They represent certain things that are kind of like trying to control the Chariot. But ultimately, the Chariot is a card of control. It says you are the one that needs to steer the direction of your life, no matter what other people think, no matter what is going on in your life, no matter what things you're dealing with. It does say that you are in control. And this Fool card kind of wanted to come out there as well. And the Fool is like taking a leap of faith. So I feel like for some of you, there's definitely a leap of faith that you have to take. It's almost like you could be looking at a cliff. I feel like for some of you, you're like, am I ready to jump off this cliff? Is there going to be a step there for me when I start this journey? So I feel like for some of you, it's like you could be looking to start a new journey here, obviously with the Two of Wands here, but it's like, fearing what's going to happen. I feel like you don't see all the greatness that's coming in for you. The Five of Cups is a card of regret, sadness, blah, blah, blah. But, he has these two cups behind him with this bridge that leads to the castle. It's like, I feel like this is almost saying, if you take this leap of faith, it's like you're not losing something here. It's like you're not only just gaining two cups, you're also gaining something long term, with that castle. The castle could represent safety, security, comfort, protection. So for some of you, I feel like this is saying you need to leave your current circumstances behind. And this whole row here, there's a lot of symbolism here that represents something being long-term, something being permanent. So I feel like for some of you, it's like I almost look at the Five of Cups as a good card for you this week, Aquarius. It's almost like you don't see how leaving something behind that doesn't make you happy, it's like something doesn't make you happy, is going to lead to a true freedom. It's going to lead to true happiness and security. For some of you, this could be like needing to move, for example, with this Two of Wands. So I feel like for some of you, and also coming up with the Chariot as well, this could say it's time to move. It could say you need to travel. It could say you just need to leave a comfort zone, which everybody gets now. Two of Wands, there's a village in the bottom here, and it represents leaving a comfort zone. He also has a whole world in his hands. On top of that, it is a card of like completion, and it's coming up with this Four of Wands here. I do feel something here. Four of Wands, Eight of Swords to this Two of Wands. Like this could be you like wondering if something is done, but I'm not talking about like, this doesn't feel like a relationship to me. This feels like something that you are working on, like a project. The Eight of Swords could be saying you're feeling stuck to something when it really stands on its own. There's like no more work to do on something. I feel like it's time to move on to the next thing, is what this is saying. And, the Two of Wands, this wand here is standing on its own. He's holding up this second wand, but it's like basically saying you need to have a new experience. Like whatever you've experienced up until this point, it stands on its own. It's fine, and now it's time to work on that next wand. Now it's time to have a new beginning with the Magician card. So I feel like it's time for you to have a new beginning, plain and simple. I feel like it's time for you to try new things. The Magician has all these tools. He has mastery over all the suits, He has the cups, the pentacles, the swords, the wands on his table here. I feel like it's time for you to experience something new. For a lot of you, with all this Wands energy, it could be Wands energy. It could be that it is time for you to experience creativity. And maybe it's time for you to create your own reality. Maybe it's time for you to start working on creating your new life. And maybe you need to use creativity for that, or adventure as well with the Wands cards. Maybe it's time for you to be more bold, more assertive, which all three air signs had this week. So that's kind of what I feel for you here. But let's clarify and let's see what we get going on for you here, Aquarius and Aquarius. Between the Judgment card and the Ace of Wands, you have the Star. So a lot of happiness, a lot of success coming in for you. That looks amazing. Definitely a lot of positive attention as well. So I really like to see the Star there. This could be like a new beginning coming in for you here. So I like to see that. It's almost like your dreams are finally becoming real. It's like, on the Judgment card, there's a pool of water in between all the people. And then you have the Star here. It's like, I almost feel like the well has been refilled, is what I feel like saying, or something like that. It's almost like maybe you were waiting for the energy or the inspiration to do something. And here it is right here. Between the Four Wands and the Eight of Swords, you have the Two Wands. So I feel for some of you, it's definitely time to leave a comfort zone. I feel like you see something as a guaranteed celebration. You see happiness. Like I feel like you see it in the future. It's like you see everything you want. You see everything you desire. On the Four Wands, these people are celebrating on the other side of these wands. It's kind of like saying you're over here. You need to go to those people. So I feel for some of you, it's like something is going to make you happy, but it's like, why aren't you moving towards it, is what I feel like saying. Between the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, probably because you're feeling like you will be left out in the cold. So I feel like for some of you, it's like stinking thinking here, Aquarius. I feel like you need to stop thinking about all the negatives that could happen. It's like, yeah, I mean, negatives could always happen, but also your life could never be the same again. That's the whole point of life, is to kind of like have experiences, and again, to create your own reality. So for some of you, I feel this reading could be saying that you're just learning how to take control of your life. You're learning how to create your own reality. Between the Ace of Wands, Five of Cups here, yeah, definitely, I feel like there was a heartbreak in the past. If you don't know, I read past, present, future, but this is more of a loose spread. I read intuitively, and I read whatever pops into my head, basically. And so here, I feel like this is a false start. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, I feel like there was a false start situation. Again, I wouldn't really call this an ex coming back. I feel like this is something that never really got anywhere. It's almost like, I feel like going like this. Like it never got legs. There was never that commitment, you know? There was never that locking in. Is why I feel like that's why I'm going like this with the claw here, Aquarius. Between the Eight of Swords here and the Two of Wands, you have the Page of Wands. So definitely an adventure that you could be going on. Here, I feel like the Page of Wands, to me, can be a card of adventuring. It's a card of like a new beginning as well. So definitely some sort of new beginning here. Between the Queen of Cups and the Magician, you have the Seven of Swords. So definitely time to let go of your fears. I really feel this whole bottom row here, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Magician, I mean, this could be like a lying, cheating, stealing situation, of course. Again, I feel like there are plenty of readings out there that talk all about the negatives. Here, I feel like this, my readings are more about you, and my readings are more about you creating your own reality in the first place. And they're also solution-based. And, to me, it doesn't help to say, oh yeah, someone cheated on you. Like, what are you going to do about that? Like, leave them, right? So, I mean, to me, that's obvious. But to me, this is more saying that it's like you're trying to protect yourself in the future from something that might not even happen. The Seven of Swords, he's stealing all these swords so that they can't be used against him in battle. But it's like kind of one of those things where, number one, there's still two swords behind him. He can't take all the swords with him. And so there's like, he can't protect himself from everything, is what this is saying. I feel like this reading is saying, like, there are a million reasons there are a million and two reasons for you to think that something that you're planning on doing in the future won't work, of course. But I mean, that's true for everything, is what I feel like this reading is saying. So for some of you, it's like, maybe you're trying to build a business, but maybe you're thinking, oh, but maybe I could get sued, or, this, that, or the other thing could happen. And it's like, I feel like you're thinking about all these horrible things that could happen. I feel like this reading is saying, that could always happen. That could happen anyway, So I feel like for some of you, this reading is saying, like, get out of your head, stop worrying. Top row here, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're just going to decide to put the work in. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. So I feel like there's more success coming in for you. Middle row here, you have the Ace of Swords. Definitely a victory coming in for you. Major win. Two aces, is a definite yes for me. And I feel like you will kind of conquer whatever these fears that, are showing up here are. I feel like you're really building towards something very permanent in your life. Bottom row here, Hangman. Hangman is a sacrifice. The Ace of Swords can also represent a sacrifice as well, because there is a palm frond on this side. The palm fronds in the tarot represent sacrifice, and the Ace of Swords is a double-edged sword, So the Ace of Swords cuts both ways. I do feel like some of you are making a sacrifice, but I feel like you don't see what you're gaining because of that sacrifice here. So definitely a decision to be made. For a lot of you, I feel like this sacrifice is kind of like you standing up for yourself, you making your own decisions here. Let's pull an extra row for you, Aquarius. Page of Cups here. Definitely could be moving towards new love. Ace of Pentacles. Look at this. All these aces. Amazing. And the Seven of Wands here. So for some of you, I feel like this could be a commitment coming in for you. Definitely could be a new love offer coming in for you here. Again, it could be a person you had a false start with. Maybe it's not really a new person, but it could just be a new beginning with that person. For others, this could be like you just working on a project that makes you very successful. So I really like this reading for you, Aquarius. It looks really good. So thank you for watching. Make sure, again, to watch your sun, moon, and rising for full details on the week. And also make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. But this looks good. So I will see you next week.